Buckingham Palace has announced the death of the Duchess of Kent, who's passed away at the age of 92. She was married to the late Queen's cousin, the Duke of Kent. In a statement from the palace, it reads, "It is with deep sorrow that Buckingham Palace announces the death of Her Royal Highness, the Duchess of Kent. Her Royal Highness passed away peacefully last night at Kensington Palace, surrounded by her family." Well, our royal editor, Chris Shipp, joins me now. Chris.
Look, we're talking about someone here who was of the late Queen's generation, and before her death, which was announced at midday today, the Duchess of Kent was the oldest member of the British royal family, married, as you say, to the late Queen's cousin, the Duke of Kent. And this is the last time we saw her, which was nearly a year ago. She is in the wheelchair there next to her son and her husband, the Duke of Kent, on the time of his birthday. Now, at Buckingham Palace this morning, as is the way, the formal notification of her death was announced with that posting on the railings there. Look, I think a lot of viewers will remember the Duchess from her time as, you know, for many years, a very glamorous member of the royal family, certainly after she married into it in 1961. And viewers will also know of her time at Wimbledon, handing many of the trophies to many of the champions there, and actually famously pictured once hugging Jana Novotná after she lost to Steffi Graf in a final in 1993. But her entry to the royal family there was in 1961, marrying actually at York Minster, the first time they'd even had a royal wedding there for like 600 years. There is one, I think, really unconventional story to tell of her, and that is for 10 to 13 years she was undercover, effectively, as a school teacher at a state primary school in Hull, where she taught children music. That was her passion, and she spoke to us about that time in 2005.
I learnt more from these children than I ever taught them. They taught me, it's just indescribable. I mean that absolutely sincerely.
And after she stopped working at that school, where she was, funny enough, just known as Mrs. Kent, and no one knew of her identity other than the head teacher, she set up a charity called Future Talent, and that was all about, just as when she was a school teacher, children in state schools, giving them access to music so they can excel in music if they have the talent.
Always a picture of elegance, I remember us too. Thanks, Chris.